Hi, my name is Josh and I'm a first year business and management student studying at Leeds Beckett University, and today I'm going to talk to you about my consumer buying behaviour and my decision making process in making a new purchase. As a general consumer, Gosney and Richardson 2010 believe that my decision making process is made up of 6 parts, and the first is problem recognition. This is identifying the current issue and deciding on the difference the new purchase would make to the current state of affairs. So let's set the scene. You've just finished a long 9-hour shift at work, 11 o'clock at night, and it's time to leave. You walk out, it's shut, no one's around, snow. You've been snowed in. You can't get home, there's no buses, there's no taxis. You've got no other decision but to walk home. That's an hour walk for me. So I'm there, walking home, blizzard conditions. And while that's what happened to me last year, and it was at that point when I decided, that's it, I've had enough, I'm gonna get a new car. I had learned to drive 2 years previous, but moving up to Leeds, I wasn't sure whether I could afford to have my car, so I decided to just face the facts, come up and use public transport. Now, getting a new car is a big process and should always be very carefully thought out. This is called extended problem solving purchases. These types of purchases are made very infrequently and are linked with a whole lot of risk, and extensive personal money and effort are required. Now, from a very early pubescent age, I've always dreamt of that bougie luxury lifestyle. Boats, cars, holidays, designer brands, materialistic if you like. And although I'm not quite making enough money to be chilling out on the Bahamas, I knew that what I wanted had to be fancy. This is called the self-concept approach, and identifies why us as consumers are willing to spend the extra money on getting the more expensive brands, the more expensive products, and just the all-round more expensive items. And it mainly talks about how it perceives us to others and how it makes us feel. So in other words, if I buy that flashy car, it makes me feel like I'm one step closer to living that flashy lifestyle. So why not start in no other place than Mercedes-Benz? And this is where we move on to our second stage of the decision-making process. The information search. This is where I gather information to make an informed decision on my purchase. So in layman's terms, window shopping, and in car purchasing terms, test driving. So I fall in love with a new A-Class in the showroom, and it's exactly what I want. So what next? Well, it's step 3, information evaluation. So before I put my pen to any paper, let's have a look at what other options are available. I need to evaluate if this car is best for me, if I can afford it, and if I can get a better deal somewhere else. I first look at an older version of the car, approved used, and linking it back to the self-concept approach. This car just wasn't really doing it for me. I wanted new. So I take a short trip down the road to BMW, and this was to look at the equivalents to the A-Class, the BMW 1 Series. Now the car itself wasn't too bad. It's not quite as bougie as Mercedes, but I'd say it was a nice little rider. But at this point there was one thing playing on my mind, and this was the perception the brand BMW gives off to its consumers. Its traits, its values, and unlike Mercedes, BMW has been known to have unreliable cars that break down quite quickly, unreliable servicing to fix those cars, and just overall bad customer service. The way in which a brand is perceived to me as a consumer is vital, especially when it comes to making such a big purchase like a new car. On to the next step, step number 4, purchase decision. So the papers have been signed, handover is complete, and I'm now a proud owner of a brand new Mercedes A-Class. How is this making me feel? Happy, independent, I've not got to rely on buses and taxis, and I'm one step closer to that luxury lifestyle that we all dream of. So what next? Well, in fact, how the car is making me feel is step 5 of my purchase decision. Now I'm sure you're thinking, that's it, the purchase is done, let's end the video. Well, not just yet, there's one more step, step 6. Feedback. Would I buy it again? Well, the likelihood is I'm not going to buy the same car again. However, we could ask, would I go back to Mercedes again? And the answer is yes. And it's funny because Mercedes have since actually brought out a newer version of my car, the new A-Class. And with their clever marketing strategy and advertisement, I couldn't help myself but to go back down to the showroom to have a look. So who knows what the future holds, but what I can say is that yes, I will be going back to Mercedes, and I'm pretty sure that sometime in the future, I will be putting my pen to that paper again and getting a new car.